This episode contains explicit language, so not for younger listeners or those without a sense of humour. So remember to grab your headphones for the paranormal investigation episodes. And you also get to listen to this voice super close to your ear. So buckle up, grab a drink, relax, enjoy. Wow, welcome back to Aussie Afterlife. This is episode 45, and this is Date Night with the Ghost Gang. Sam being the paranormal third wheel. Thruple, menage a trois, whatever you want to call it, but in a completely non-sexual way, just a completely paranormal way. So in this episode, I interview and talk with the amazing Anthony and Monique from Date Night with the Ghost Gang, and you can follow them on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, anywhere. They're awesome. They're brand new, but they're really cool, and they're getting some sick evidence. Like some of their EVPs I've listened to, I was like, holy mother of God, I was like grabbing my chair, like Jesus, take the wheel. Like they're really cool. They're super funny and awesome to get along with, and they've been to some really sick places already. So this will definitely be a multi-parter. This is obviously part one. We will be discussing a few of their own experiences, reviewing some of their own audio, and just having a good old laugh and a good old chat about the ghosts and the paranormal and all that sort of shit that we love, so much. But yeah, well, you know me, I like to start off with like a bit of a irrelevant, funny story. So I was like, Saturday I was at home and I'm like, I'm so lazy. And I looked at the dog and I'm like, shit, he's got no food. He's looking at me like, and I'm like, mate, it's 5:30. I'm like, I've got nothing, bros. Like, I'm looking and I'm like, oh, do I defrost that pork mince? I'm like, nah, I could use that for spag bowl. I was like, hang on, I can DoorDash groceries, right? I was like, oh yeah, let's get on the DoorDash. Anyway, so I was looking it up and I got, so I DoorDash like some Optimum dry food and some like little dog meatballs that I buy him and all this sort of shit. It's like, yeah, be there in 20 minutes. I'm like, it's all right, Queenie, just be 20 minutes, you'll be all right. So I just like, went about my business. Anyway, so then the 20 minutes goes by and then the DoorDash is like, yeah, order complete, delivery done. I'm like, oh, sick, I didn't even hear him. So I got the front. There ain't no dog food anywhere. And I'm like, where the fuck is that? So I ended up messaging this bloke and I was like, hey, you said it was delivered. It ain't delivered. Like, where's my dog food? He's like, I delivered it. And I said, I would think again. I would know if there was a bag of Optimum and some meatballs at the front of my house, and there is not. He's like, oh, hang on. Maybe I dropped it off at around the corner. And I was like, do you honestly expect me to get I was in my pajamas at this point, in a dressing gown, race around the corner in the fucking wet and rain to look for my dog food that I asked you to drop to the correct property. He's like, just give me a minute, I'll sort it out. And I was like, thank you. Anyway, so in the meantime, I was getting pissed off. So I'm like, nah, fuck this. I'm giving him a 1-star rating, and then made a complaint. And then DoorDash was like, would you like a credit? And I was like, yeah, I'll take a fucking credit. So I got the credit, then reordered all the dog food again. And then, because I hadn't heard back from this guy, and I was like, oh, cool. So whatever, he's obviously just stolen some random Optimum dog food, like, enjoy, bros. And then next minute, this guy arrives at my front door apologising that I don't know where, I'm so sorry. And I was like, oh, no, that's okay. Have a good night. Oh, accidents happen. And then 10 minutes later, another lot of dog food arrives. So I literally got 2 lots for one price. So, yeah. Not really that funny, but at the moment I'm taking a win where I can take a win. You know what I mean? Like even nowadays, everything's so expensive. If you get one thing for free by accident, or even like something you're like, wow, it could be like $2 and you're like, hell yeah. It's like a real win. Like you feel like this is luck. Like I literally found a 5-cent piece in my fucking sock this morning and I'm like, there is good luck coming to me. I'm not even joking. I put my sock on. I'm like, how is there a 5-cent piece inside the sock? But I'm like, no. The universe is looking out for me. Things are on the up and up. But anyway, I reckon we kick it off with our cute little date night with Anthony and Monique from the Ghost Gang, and me being the, really annoying third wheel. So I hope you guys enjoy. Remember, grab a drink and relax. So, Anthony and Monique, thank you for inviting me on your date night, well, with the Ghost Gang. I usually hate being the third wheel, but this is definitely an exception. Definitely an exception. I had an amazing time talking to the both of you, and I look forward to more parts coming up. But let's just keep warm around this beautiful campfire, and let's start sharing some of your amazing experiences and how you got into the paranormal industry. But
Sorry, I got to interrupt. This thing Mom says, "Oh my God, isn't that cool?" Because you hit record. I think this is going to be a very interesting little interview, isn't it?
I did another podcast today.
Yeah, it's fun though, but it's cool to connect with other people that are like-minded that have, the right intentions, especially in the paranormal field as well. Like, I think it's really important because there's also a lot of not great people out there as well. So it's nice to connect with people with, great intentions, with wanting to do the right thing, which is what I'm all about, especially spiritually and stuff. So, but anyway, so Anthony and Monique, is that right? So date night with the Ghost Gang. Thank you so much for coming onto my podcast. I'm so happy to meet you both.
Thanks for having us on.
Yes, absolutely. We're excited.
Yeah, no, it's so cool. And I actually have not interviewed two people at once before, so.
We'll see. You're in for a treat because we talk over each other, so we'll try to be aware of that.
It's okay, listening stick. I will shut up when you're talking. Yeah. It's okay.
Talking stick.
I do the same thing. I legit do the same thing. I get like this intense, like, oh my God, I'm so intrigued and I want to talk. And I'm like, Sam, stop. You're being a rude bitch. Even though I'm not being a rude bitch, I'm like just intrigued. But yeah, so I've also got to be like mindful of that. But anyway, let's kick it off. So you guys obviously have your channel, your group, so Date Night with the Ghost Gang. Tell me about yourselves. How did this come along? What's your journey? Like, just where did you start? How long? Give me everything you got as a bit of a bio.
How long do you have?
No. See, you have the talking stick.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I love the way you tell it.
All right.
And I'll interrupt
Back
you
when I was a
wrong.
little boy.
No,
it's okay. No. Look, the way it all came about, we have like I suppose any married couple, you have a very busy lifestyle. We have a lot of children, combined family of 8 kids. And, I suppose quality time is limited when you want to do things together. And, one night when we love watching, we have our shows and our time together, and Mon has been a psychic medium for basically her whole life. And all the time that we've been together, and it's been probably over 10 years, Mon's always introduced this, this side of her to me, and things that I feel a little skeptical of, things that she's made calls upon that have been so accurate that makes me actually second guess everything. And, we're watching a show one night, and Mon's got one of these YouTube channels up, and, I just lean over, take a little bit of interest. And before you know it, the obsession becomes, because we're wondering exactly, is this really exactly what are these guys experiencing? Is it over produced, anything like that as well? And as much as I thought this is absolutely, can we swear on this? Or not?
I'll unmute myself. I swear consistently all the time. So don't even anyone that listens to what I say, I'm like one of those people that you cannot put on loudspeaker, because I'll end up swearing in front of someone's child or their grandmother or something, and then they'll be like, who the fuck is this? Legit, like there's nothing that is off limits here at all. So just feel free to speak. Like, and I put these warnings in every single episode too, like, not for the people without sense of humour, basically. So yeah, go for it.
Sounds good, because because trying to summarise this is, I thought this is fucking unreal. Like, I had such an obsession with it, but my mindset was to look at all the equipment, everything that they did have available that they were getting the proof of. And as much as I was immersing myself into this whole paranormal realm with Mon, I started buying stuff and I put together a little shopping list and just went bang and just sent it through. And then all of a sudden, Mon goes, "You didn't, did you?" And I said, "Absolutely, I did." Because if we're going to give something a go, let's just do it all or nothing.
Okay,
So
Sam,
this is, yeah.
you were talking about how you have ADHD and you get hyperfixated.
Oh, 100%.
This is like us. But the thing is, I took him on his first ghost tour. We just went up to Picton Tunnel. I don't know if you've heard of it. And then I'll give you the talking stick back.
I actually think I have.
I took him up there. Yeah, his first experience. And he said, "Okay, can we do that again?" And he said, "But if we're going to do it, I need some equipment." And I said, "Okay." And you have the talking stick back.
That's talking stick. No, look, as far as it all went and unraveled, it happened very quickly because you start Googling stuff and before you know it, there is a heap of shit turning up at the front door and stuff that I would I was fascinated with. I'm not a very IT savvy type of guy. I mean, we were talking about that before. I struggle to do the most simplest things through my, on the computer when it comes to my business and everything. I always get
email properly with this link.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
yeah. So, one thing leads to another, and then we started, going on these ghost tours, and Mon started reaching out to a few people in Sydney, and we thought, okay, this is actually a really good opportunity for us to spend some quality time together. And so we thought, okay, well, we started just casually saying it's our date night. Let's go and hunt ghosts. Let's go and see what we come up with. And it was just through time we became better friends with a lot of the people organizing these tours. Started bringing the equipment along. By the end of it, I looked like a production team with what I would bring in. And, I think the respect was earned because the people that ran the tours realized that we're actually quite serious about this. We don't, look, we provoke, but we're very respectful at the same time because the whole idea of being there is we'd love to be able to get as much of a real experience as we can. We're driving. The way the name came about, we're driving to Picton, and Mon has been hitting me up for the last year. Said, "Why don't we do a YouTube channel?" 2 years, however long it's been. And I hated the idea at first. I don't know. To me, it was like, okay, well, these guys in the States can do it, and we're a middle-aged couple with a vibe for the paranormal. Who's going to really buy into this, right? And she got her way because through a lot of convincing, we decided, okay, we'll bite the bullet. We're driving to Picton just to go. I think we're going to the tunnel, or we went to another place down there and just to check out some locations. And we'll just come up with ideas for names.
We're mucking around saying Ghost Gang. I like Ghost Gang. Let's stick with that.
Yeah, Ghost Gang's been used, and it's like, okay, well, how does it relate more to what we're about? And I think the gimmick of that's in the name is the fact that it is date night with the Ghost Gang because it's the quality time we spend together. I run my own business. Mon's a stay-at-home mum. I mean, days and time are limited, and the hours we get together is so limited. So, we did it. And I'm teaching myself how to use Final Cut Pro. That's the bottom line being. So I don't understand half of it, but I'm putting together enough content that actually looks appealing, and it's getting better and better and better down the track. And there's a lot more to come out. And there's a positive vibe. I mean, people have taken it really enthusiastically. Our friends and family have gone. In particular, my brother, he goes, I love you. And I go, yeah. And he goes, but you're absolutely fucking crazy. And that was the first thing he said about it, So he goes, they understand what we're doing as a couple, but they have no idea why we're so enthusiastic to delve into something that could, in many cases, remain untouched.
Oh, exactly. And it terrifies so many people too. Like, so people that you'd think would put up with it, they're just like, I'm not, nah. Like they won't even touch it. But from someone who's just recently gone through a breakup, I actually really think that that's really special. Like literally, yeah, like 9 years gone. But like, yeah, like I think that that's really important that you've actually sort of, I don't think there's anyone else out there doing things like this, is actually, having this awesome paranormal experience, but then also highlighting how important it is to do it with the person that you love, that you are trying to connect with. And like that's where the connection comes from. And that's how people connect spiritually really well, because great intentions and there's love underneath. So I think that that's really special. That's really cool.
Yeah,
That's it. We have so much fun doing it, don't we?
Oh, it's amazing.
But I went through a point of frustration when he was buying all this gear and cameras and new mics and stuff like that. And he's still saying, I don't want to do a YouTube channel. And I said, well, what's the fucking point in getting all this stuff if you're not going to use it?
There was
one. That's the last element of control that he had. I'll buy it, but I won't admit to it for a while. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was doing, because I wanted it to be right.
You were saying just memories. We'll look back on it when we're old.
It's like a family album. Instead of your kids, you're looking at.
But you're going to spend $5,000 on a camera for just memories. Seriously.
Yeah, no quite in price. As it became more and more and more and more. Exactly.
And I said, we have to do
ghosts you're addicted to, or like the spending?
No, impulsive. That's the problem.
Yeah,
that's me. I can say that because I'm like, I love dropping money, and I'm like, why did I just do that? But I'm like, it feels so good, that rush, like,
What if life prevails and gives you the opportunity to be in that way, and have a few material items, why not? Because I think life's way too short. That's number one. But at the same time, if you're putting in the yards for the hard work, and for 10 years or whatever, it's like 50, 60, 70-hour weeks. And say, okay, well, now we can kind of start enjoying ourselves. And, this is it. I mean, it's an obsession. I've explained this, Sam.
I created a monster.
Oh, you did. This is exactly the rush we get, right? Is, I personally, I don't know how Mon feels about this. It's like, I explain it like it's someone's going skydiving, right? You take your first leap out of a plane, that initial rush. Every single place we go to, and it's getting better, it's getting even more heavier, this feeling, is it is so much that you're so vulnerable when you let yourself go and immerse yourself in that environment. And I try and explain it. I've explained it to my staff, I explained to my dad. My dad's 93, I explained it to him, and he goes, "You're crazy." And I said, "Yeah, I know. No, I mean, what am I supposed to say to him? I mean, this guy's beautiful Lebanese man." And he turned around and said, "Son," and he just has a smile on his face. I said, "What do you think of the video?" And he goes, "It's really good." And that's the first thing he said to me. So
I know, like, they don't want to participate, but they enjoy it. They're like, wow, actually, that's like, I think my dad's probably listened to like half an episode, and he's like, I don't like, because Dad would never admit, but he gets terrified. So I think he was just like, I listened to a bit, it was really good. But then in his own head, I can't do this, I'll have fucking nightmares or some shit. Yeah, it's amazing though, because you think, like, you meet people that you think would never be like that, they'd be skeptical as and would never be interested in it. They're the ones that actually have the best stories. Like, some of the people that I work with are the guys that I'm like, oh, as if they'll be looking at me like, yeah, right, Sam, what the fuck, what are you doing? And then and they're like, oh yeah, well, we used to work down, in the asylum down there. And I'm like, what happened there? And like, they're the ones with actually the best stories, the ones that you think are going to be like the most skeptical. But yeah, that's what I've found anyway. It's cool.
It's true. And then the people you think are going to be open to it aren't always.
No. Yeah. No. And then some of the most testosterone-driven men that, they're professional sports people that I'm affiliated with through my business, said, "Do me a favor, just come on one of these ghost tours with us. We'll take you out somewhere." I said, "It'd be so good for you." I said, "We can lean on your profile a little to get some more exposure." And his comment was, "No fucking way in the world am I doing this." That was it. And he goes, "I would be running so fast in the opposite direction." He says, "You won't have me anywhere near it." He says, "Enjoy that. Good luck." And that's it. So it's thank you. Yeah, I'm a skeptic. From a skeptic to a believer. I can't explain stuff, or I can explain the stuff we've experienced, but it's becoming incredibly real. Sometimes we're a little bit neglectful, I suppose, in protecting ourselves afterwards, which we should do.
Terrible.
We get so vibrant. Then we're in the car driving home, we go, Nah.
Shit, we didn't.
Did we do
cleanse.
anything? We didn't. Okay, we'll see what's coming with home with us.
We did not sage, we did not ground. I basically did not even use a crystal. And I was just like, yeah. And now I'm like, okay, great. Awesome. Yeah. I'm the same. I end up forgetting, going, oh, shit, I was meant to bring that. I was meant to sage. Oh, God, I didn't even use like a selenite. Anyway, I do exactly the same thing. Anthony,
sorry, Sam. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, I'll get rid of this
I
real
can
quick.
edit these things anyway, so don't stress.
Don't answer.
Hey, I got to call you back. I'm doing a podcast.
I don't think I'm going to edit this bit out. I reckon it's hilarious.
Where are you? Where's she gone?
I'll find it. Give me a sec.
Got a podcast. Oh, BRB. Okay, I'll text you soon. All right.
There you go.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. And that's my brother in Germany. So we go for the time differences to catch up. So.
Oh, no, I didn't want to be.
No, don't worry about it. I'll call him back. It's fine.
On something with some Aussie afterlife bitch. I'm sorry, I can't talk to you now, even though you're in Germany bringing me.
Yeah. But you know what? I've got a little story too. And this will one of the first investigations we were doing, and this is before we decided to run with the channel and start all the socials and let Mon go crazy with it all, was we went to the old Parramatta jail and we did this investigation. And this is part of with the Appy group. And, Pete, as amazing as she is, she gave us free reign. So what we would do is we'd go in there, we'd have certain wards, and it'll be basically like, okay, you've got these areas for this period of time, and we'll just sort of shift so we're not actually in the actual tour that we used to be. And we went with some friends, and we started communicating with a young child. And on the portal, a little kid's voice came up and said, "Hi, mummy," and the music box was going off, and it was all at the base of this like loft of stairs in the women's ward, and you get emotional, right? And you're thinking at the time when you're really finding out the story behind it, and not everything has to be evil and dark and demonic, which I think a lot of people
will discuss that.
We'll discuss our point of view on that too, because a lot of people think that's all you really get with it. Right?
Not meaning to interrupt, because I hate interrupting, but I'm 100%. Some of the best communication. I'm actually not really interested in dealing with the demonic and evil stuff. Like, I'm actually not, like, if it pops up and I can manage and go, that's cool. But I actually really want to hear amazing spirit stories, and some of the most amazing stories you ever hear of family members that have passed away, or like this beautiful soul you've actually been able to help sort of process some stuff. Like, it's not, who the hell wants to, I don't want to be dealing with demons. Like, I have enough shit going on.
You know what, 100%. And we've got a real strong view on it anyway, as far as, what is classified, and people say demonic and all that stuff. And, we'll get to that later. But when we did this investigation, I got to a point where I went to the base of the stairs and the devices are going off around me, and put my hand out, said, "You can hold my hand." I said, we've got a lot of children at home. We've got 8 kids as a combined family. So I said, "What's one more?" That's basically my attitude when I was talking to this young spirit. And little did I know, like, because I kind of welcomed him to come home, not knowing the full extent of all this, right?
I'm pretty sure he did say, "You can come home with us if you like."
Yeah, look at it.
One more?
What's one more? Like, I was pretty cash about it, right? So
be careful what you ask for.
Yeah, the next morning, actually probably happened within a day or 2 days afterwards. Mon wakes up, and in our previous house in the corner is where our dog sleeps. And she's walked over to where the bed is, and she looked up on the ceiling. And Mon very rarely would swear. Yeah, I mean, she gets scared.
When I'm passionate about something or shocked, I'll swear, but I don't throw it in everyday conversation.
No, not at all. And so she looks up and she goes, "What?" She goes, "What the fuck is that?" You know what I mean? And I said, and I got up and I said, "What are you talking about?" And she's in the corner of the room looking at the ceiling. She goes, "What the fuck is that?" And I walked over, I look up at the ceiling, I said, "That's a child's handprint." Like that. And I left it at that. And it was as clear as day. It was fingers. Imagine if hands were like sort of an angle like this, right? And you could see it was all dirt marks, where exactly where the hand was, the palm, etc. I found a way, because of a canvas that we had made for my father's 85th birthday, and all the grandchildren put their handprints on this. And my nephew at the time was 4. So I've gone over to this canvas at my dad's. I put my hand next to it, took a photo, and then I've stood on a chair and I had to reach. I'm 6'4", and I had to reach up high on this to hit the ceiling.
10-foot ceiling.
10-foot ceilings, and I put my hand next to it, took a photo. It's exactly the same size. So we called all the kids in the house and we said, look, these are our youngest 15 years old. Okay, you've got free reign to do whatever it takes to see if you can put your hand flat on the ceiling, right? No one could touch it. They all fell off chairs. They couldn't stand on the ceiling, hold onto it and do anything. And that was it. So I don't know exactly what happened. We did some investigating at home and there were a few devices going off. And
Music box.
Yeah, a couple of EVPs of weird voices sort of yelling. SLS, exactly, which is, some people may have an opinion on that, but, some of the captures of what we've gotten when we use it, we don't use it every time, have been quite definitive. Like it shows there is something there. So there was a little child figure that was in our wardrobe.
And so with the SLS, I clearly know what it is because that's where it grids out, it maps, doesn't it, with the camera?
Yeah, it does the...
if you can just explain what that is as well, just people that might be listening going, what the fuck's an SLS? Like kind of thing. I know what it is, but yeah.
It comes from the Xbox 360.
No, so the Xbox Kinect was a device back in the day that would capture motion through infrared or IR lighting. And the way it works at the moment is they've hooked it up to I don't even know the full technical jargon of it, but it actually only captures, it maps out figures more or less, in a way where if I put it on Mon and once it actually calibrates, you'll be able to see Mon in a digital stick form, and as she's moving, she moves along. And rumor has, I don't know exactly how real this fact is, but when Xbox released it, they eventually took it off the market because when kids were playing these games on the TV, it was picking up other figures on the TV as well.
That
weren't there. So it's got that sort of eeriness about it, but it's like, you know what, and things about that, it's like it's just put together as like, I don't even know how to say it. It's, what is it,
like a green screen situation where it maps out.
Yeah. Like you see shadows for all the shapes, so you know what is a chair, what is a table, etc. And sometimes it will map around the chair. So if it does that, a lot of times you think, okay, it's picking up the spine. It's picking up the spine of the chair, it's picking up the edges of the wardrobe. But if something just appears out of nowhere, and then it's
in the wardrobe, for instance, you could see what looked like a child climbing up the clothes to the top shelf, and it used to like to sit on the top shelf in the wardrobe, and we saw it once jump down, didn't we?
And move somehow.
And you put your hand out and we've seen it touch the person's hand and that sort of thing. And I'm really, really skeptical with the SLS to the point I want to avoid it on investigations.
Interruption. She wants to avoid it because she can't handle carrying the damn thing.
It's so heavy, it breaks my wrist.
That's the difference. It's got nothing to do with anything else. It actually makes really good content.
Who cares about the fucking evidence? My shoulder is killing me.
What do you do? Got a fucking backpack on. I'm carrying two cameras. She's got no. She just walks around.
Like a wheelbarrow, like you just wheelbarrow shit around.
Yeah. Bring it, but I'm not carrying it.
Yeah, so that's why we don't really use it.
So sometimes we have the third wheel that will carry it, but
yeah, but that was the deal. So that was like some perfect experience. And this was what we were saying, like I suppose being a little bit reckless and not necessarily, doing the right things afterwards. No, I do believe that you should, because I'd hate to go to a psychic medium now that doesn't know me and say, can you just read my aura and tell me about myself? Because I don't know.
These things
who knows? Like what we've done and where we've been, it's a little reckless, but at the same time, that's what probably makes makes it so ever so more exciting.
Can I just say, while I'm thinking of it, because you know how ADHD brains work.
Oh God, yeah. Like ping pong balls around the brain, yeah.
Just back to the wardrobe in our bedroom and this little boy that came home with us. I can't even remember what he said his name was on the spirit box. But anyway, we got EVPs consistently in our bedroom after that. So didn't we?
Yeah, but do you know
We
what
all
made
used
me,
to it.
again, it's not a child's voice. So we got an EVP of it,
So we
male
think
voices and stuff.
someone
So
else followed him, and we
I
think it
don't
might have
think,
been.
yeah, what I feel and what I think at the moment, I think anything that crawls up things, I feel like a lot of stuff pretends to be childlike. So it's like, oh, take me home, and there's like, oh, you can come along. I've done it myself by accident once. I said, what, you're going to follow me around the whole night? And this was at Beechworth. And, I was on the ghost meter. It was like, yes. I'm like, yeah, whatever, fucker. Follow me around. How can you make me feel so fucking angry? Anyway, he followed me around the whole night and then came back with me to the hotel to the point where I could not sleep all night. And then the next day, I'm like, I've got to go drop this fucker back off of Beechworth. So I did. I went there and I'm like, you got to get off me. And I've got a whole episode and it was a whole physical experience of him leaving. But I literally accidentally said, what are you going to follow me around all night? Whatever. And it took it as like an invitation. Like, okay, cool. I will. I'll follow you around all night. But yeah, it's so easy. Like it's scary. But I'm wondering if it's a child. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. They're not a victim at the time. If it's a child, it's not necessarily a child, and they always say, and so.
Is everything all right at the home now, though? Like, did anything bad happen, or was it just something that was just kind of like lingering around, or was there anything malicious?
We left the handprint in the old house.
Yeah, we moved.
Yeah, we're out of
so good luck to them. Good luck to them.
Oh, you gave them a housewarming gift. I love that.
Like, I wonder if they even pick it up because you go do final inspections, you have to clean and wipe down all the walls. I don't think anyone looks at the ceiling.
No, you're like, what the hell is that up there? I'm getting up there.
Yeah, these people must have been into something really, really weird.
Yeah.
Like, why are they up there? There's no fun to go.
Like, no one else has a trampoline in their bedroom. Like, it's a
particular type of swing. I don't know. How I know. Sorry, don't mind me. Sorry, I can say a little bit of it's slightly inappropriate things, but it's all in good humor. But yeah.
Sorry.
Now this stupid thing.
Probably say we thought about that and didn't even decide to say it at the same time. Anyway.
That
legit.
Yeah. So. Cool.
Yeah. So it could have been the little boy, or it could have been two separate, because in the old house, because with the SLS we'd pick up on a taller figure sometimes. Remember it went kind of spider-like at one point on the SLS.
They tend to.
And considering the voice on the EVP was what we thought was a man.
Yeah, but you know what?
This could have been someone else from the jail.
But no, it wasn't like we lived in a haunted house, because it wasn't.
No, we made it haunted.
We made it haunted. It was never malicious. There was nothing getting thrown at us at night. No windows. No.
Oh well, we heard knocks at the front door a few times, and our bedroom door.
Yeah, that was once, but that's okay.
And
we let that go real quick.
I used to see, once I actually saw a hand come around the door. So there's the light switch, and I see a hand reach around like that right near the light switch.
Yeah.
And used to see things walk past that bedroom door quite a lot.
Yeah. Well, at least it just knocked. Like it's pleasant. Like it's pleasant. It has manners. It's not just like, hey, yo, I'm coming in. Like it's more like, hey, just seeing you guys are like a ghost with manners. Like, spirits with manners is always good. You don't get like unsolicited stuff going on. That's not. Yeah, that's always enough.
So that's on you.
Yeah. But look, with all that, that was like a little story of something that was actually proof and completely unexplainable. There's no reason for it, other than the fact that child's right handprint is on our ceiling, or was on our ceiling anyway. But with all the other equipment, this is the thing. This is like it gives me that reassurance, and this is what we were saying before. A lot of what Mon can sense, and the feeling she gets, and being able to. I don't know, get like that intuition of seeing something move, or potentially, seeing an apparition. A lot of stuff I don't have that ability. I haven't tuned in as much as yet.
You know what? He could if he wanted to, and he's opening up more and more and relying less on the equipment.
Yeah, and I was literally going to say that. I was like, just say you
break down sweats when
you'll open yourself up.
100% I am. And the only thing I got to worry about, we set the stuff up around these places, and you can have a couple of different cameras, and static cameras sitting around, just getting the whole dimensions of where you are and what you're doing. But there's only one camera in my hand, and so I'm more now, I don't know, say immersing into the actual that whole realm of where we are, what we're doing, as opposed to worrying I say so seriously just on the content and about getting the right content.
Equipment.
And I think that's one thing about our channel, because it shows our personality. That's first and foremost as well. The fact is, we make a real big effort to promote the fact that we are on our date night. It's just, it becomes more raw. And if I actually had my way, I would keep so much in the actual video. But I know as far as people would want to actually view these, people want to see people scared, number one. I mean, this is what we're probably getting the biggest hits on TikTok, is these little reels of the stuff that is showing our initial reactions to certain things. But to show the journey, to experience the night, to see what we actually see, as opposed to having to cut everything so much just to pull it into a 50-minute video.
We want people to come on the investigation with us. So they've got to be willing to sit there and experience that rawness. Yeah,
but I am going to edit a little bit more, because, I mean, you can't have a 3-hour video. We're there from 3-4 hours, where we went to Arrowdale. We went on a Victorian road trip recently. And when we went down to Arrowdale, that was, where probably close to an 8-hour investigation, and so you're filming the whole time, well knowing that whatever we got and the amount of stuff that we got was just absolutely insane, that you're coming back and saying, okay, well, the channel's there, but we can do it in a 3-part series, but you still make each part only 50 minutes. So there's another 5 hours of footage that have to
You do have to cut some stuff out. But I'm the same though. Like when I do an episode, even if people are like, I couldn't really make out that EVP, and I'm like, but I don't care though, because I can hear that something's there, and I know I was there alone, and that spirit was nice enough to speak to me. So whether anyone can hear it or it can't, the actual verbal, we can't make it out. It's still really important to me, because it's still a spirit's voice, a human's voice that wants to be heard at some level. So I'll say, look, whatever. But yeah, I'm also the same. I really like to walk through everything that I really experience and just delicately maybe leave some stuff out. But I try and put as much stuff in as possible. Like if I do an investigation, now usually it ends up being about a 3 or a 4-part podcast series, because I'm like, how can I not put that in? Oh, but that's so cool. And then as I'm reviewing, I keep hearing more things, and I'm like, shit, I can't not put that in there. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, nah, we'll just do another episode. I'm like, whatever. Like, and it's really important, and people love the realism about it though. Because I think if everything's too big and people are just like, yeah, fuck off, bullshit. Like it needs to be, you need to have that realism about it, and, people experience it as you guys are experiencing it.
Yeah. That's what we hope they get out of it as well, as much as we get our kicks out of doing it. That's it.
I was just going to say, on talking about equipment and stuff, I've found that the most accurate piece of equipment is ourselves. So we really need to focus on holding those silent vigils and things like that, so you can just be still and listen and feel, and I'm trying to encourage Anthony to do that a bit more.
You do. My silent vigil was in a straitjacket in Arrowdale Asylum. That was great. I love that.
Yeah, our bodies are the best ghost hunting equipment by all means. And there's my dog barking. So yeah, no, literally our bodies are, I literally, all I ever use really when I go, I might use my phone to maybe take some photos, but because I'm also audio based, I literally use my iPhone audio recorder, and I get like the best EVPs ever, and I just follow where my body tells me to and where my intuition goes. And I will document how I feel, what I experience, and all that sort of stuff. Like, and that's been really good. But yeah. So now we're going to break out. And yeah, that was basically the initial introduction to well, me being a part of Date Night with the Ghost Gang. And we will continue on. I'm going to make this a bit of a longer episode, but this will definitely be a multi-parter. In this one, we will go through a couple of the videos and hear some of the awesome evidence and just continue on the conversation. So here's a little break. So how about you grab another drink, come back, relax, and enjoy.
Okay, so that's the photo.
Ain't that a story?
Yeah.
Well, all right, we'll just start with the story then. Tell me, we'll start with the photo. You tell me when and where this photo was taken. This is wild.
If I start sweating, no, there's a reason. We were in Aradale Asylum, and
is that in the staffing quarters?
I think the staff quarters.
Yeah.
Now, as part of the whole experience, every place we went to, our guide was incredible, and she ended up. She said, "How long would you like in a specific place?" And every place was probably about 45 minutes to an hour. And we'd just say, "Can we just be left alone? No problem. I'll see you soon." And so we had home base, like this old base camp, and Mon set up some equipment down there, and it was like down 2 flights of stairs, and it was like a little nook
I was
area.
on the ground level.
That's what I'm about to explain.
Yeah.
So Mon was actually, she just stayed down there, and then I wanted to go on a bit of a solo exploration, and so about 25-ish minutes started going for a wander around this building, and the challenge that Di, who was the tour guide for us on the night, she said, if you walk just into the corridor, turn left, walk all the way down the corridor on the ground floor, go up 2 flights of stairs, walk all the way across the top of the floor, walk down the other fire escape, and then come back. I said, all right, this will be good. So night vision camera, just 2 real, they had the our EVP recorder and a device that was which is called, what is it called? It's called.
Did you have the yes/no epoch?
Yeah, the epoch box, which is a device that it's based on EMF energy, but it's a yes/no answering device. So if spirits can manipulate and manifest enough energy, you can get some direct responses to your questions. So I thought, okay, that's enough to carry around whilst I go on this little adventure. So I'm out, Mon's downstairs, and away I go. I've walked up the top, and this is on each floor I went to. I opened the fire door, and I took a couple of photos from each direction. And I've gone to the top floor, and this is after I've been up there for probably about 20, 25 minutes. And I've taken some photos, and the previous photos of this just showed absolutely nothing. It's just a dark corridor. And found out when this was you enhance the exposure that there is a person here. It doesn't, to me, makes no sense, because we're in this building alone, and we're in it alone until a point where the Di came back to find us because we had been gone for so long. But even trying to debunk this, it's the first thing we always do is to say, okay, well, what caused this? If we hear a knock, was it a branch? Was it this? Was it that? Footsteps, whatever physical, I suppose, what's the word I'm thinking of?
Anything from this world.
Anything from this world, we try and debunk. If we can't come up with a logical explanation to why, then there's potentially something that we have captured. And we've sent this to Di and said, okay, well, we know at the night that she was our guide, she had a puffer jacket on, a cardigan underneath, black tights, and some sort of thick running shoes. Now, when we look at this image, what confuses me is the fact that this is a long coat or a gown that looks like there's no shoes, and it's just, it appeared out of nowhere and disappeared just as quick.
Okay, so cute little breakout. I will be reposting this photo and further videos as well from Date Night with the Ghost Gang, because their evidence is fucking sick. I'm telling you right now. So I'll be posting on my Instagram. Please, you can listen to all this, but if you want to see the videos and the photos, obviously go to my Instagram, but also jump on Date Night with the Ghost Gang. There's a whole heap of more shit to keep going on. But anyway, all right, end of break.
There was no sound.
No,
And
there's no
the guy
sound.
wasn't around at the time.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know who it is.
Yeah.
She said, if it was me, it's got the wrong clothes on.
Well, that was the first thing she said. And the other thing is when you open the fire door, if you were to open the fire door enough to be able to walk through it, it makes a squeaky noise, it's creaking noise. And because the place was so desolate, there was no one in there. You could drop a pin and you'd hear it. Yeah, I mean, you listen to your heartbeat the whole time you're walking through this building. And there was no doors opening, nothing. And yet that was a photo we took. And we only realized that after we actually got back to where we're staying and reviewed all the footage the next day. So if it is what I think it is, it's a damn good pick, because I tell you, I've got no explanation. I'm baffled by it. I really am. So
and he had been hearing knocks up there.
I had something follow
the odd knock.
Yeah.
And he felt really, really creeped out.
Yeah.
That's about it. He turned around before he came downstairs and took a photo.
Yeah, I went through all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Arradale probably about 15 times. So I know the grounds, I know a lot of the history. I can tell you exactly what building is which. I know a lot. The staffing quarters is by far the most haunted building in the whole entire asylum. So every time I go there, sometimes the top floor feels fine. Sometimes the middle floor is like, ooh, sometimes the bottom floor is like gnarly. And then it swaps. You just never know what you're going to get. And I was scratched on the top floor. So and then that's the only time I've ever been physically assaulted by a spirit. And I tell you that hurt my soul. And I'm like, why? I'm sorry. But I realized I'd shut the door. Stop, puss.
You know what? I would say I want to be scratched because
no, literally, I think that's where a lot of this. I think I got an attachment from that because I was scratched because it was accidentally disrespectful. So, and that's not something that I want to do. I shut a door to try and block out some of the noise because people were so loud. I tried to shut the door and I felt this weird cobweb sensation go up my arm. I was like, what the fuck? It was so creepy. And not until later, did I notice the scratches, but it hurt my soul. I was like, I did not mean to be so, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. I just wanted to actually hear you and try and communicate, but it didn't like that door being shut. So what trauma that spirit had that I just did that without permission. It was really, it's bizarre. And and I never want to be scratched again. That's not, I don't mind if they, touch my hair a little bit or be a bit cute, whatever, but not when it was malicious like that. That was
I don't know. I've had the feeling of hands grabbing me on the arm and my hair being touched and my face being touched. But I want to be scratched because that is so physical and that's the evidence I'm after.
But that's anger though, and that anger can reside with you for a while.
I want to be
especially if you're sensitive, medium psychic and stuff. It can. Yeah.
I think Mon sees enough to be able to say that she wants more proof.
I want more.
Don't know, but
maybe I'm being greedy, but I want more.
Well, you can take the scratches, and I'll take the lovely little memories that I get, and the beautiful names that I get, and the feelings and the sensations and the smells. I'll take that, and you can take the scratches.
You waste your fucking time. You want to be scratched? I'll scratch you after this. It's okay. It's all good.
Yeah, we'll grab the swing and we'll put a couple of handprints on the
trampoline and the swing. Hold on one sec. I'll go back and grab them.
But going back to that photo, so I can tell obviously that's at the top floor at that very so if you're going to walk in on the left, the very far end, I can tell, I can already see it has no face.
It has no face. And you can see in the background, we've got the that red curtain, which as you get to the top of the landing of that floor, it has the window with that red curtain behind. So when I got to the top and I started walking from where that apparition is down the corridor, there was significant tapping behind me on that actual window. As we move down further, there's a room on your right-hand side, and it's about, I suppose, 10, 15 meters. I don't know the actual room number.
Like sitting room.
Yeah, because it's got the curtains in there and everything. And
in the center of that corridor.
It's in the center, yeah.
And the bathrooms have a creepy vibe too as well. And the bathrooms down there, they but it, as I said, depends. Every time you go there, it's different every time.
The curtains were moving, but it was only moving in 1 second. And I kept watching it, and it was just swaying backwards and forwards. And I'm thinking, okay, well, if there is an actual breeze coming through, it would create a I don't know, just a channel where the actual curtains, it wouldn't just be the one curtain in the one part would be going backwards and forwards, it'd be actually the whole lot. And there was no breeze. That was number one that I felt. But I was just watching this curtain go backwards and forwards, and then it got thicker in the middle and it just came straight out and went backwards again. And so an EVP or two later didn't necessarily get anything definitive to say that, something was right next to me. But for 25, 30 minutes, tell you what, I say in some of these videos, I mean, especially when I'm in complete darkness and really reliant, like I was saying before, on the senses, right? Because although I've got the camera's, it's IR. So I turn the infrared off and it's in pitch black. So I'm not looking at much anyway, except something through a little screen. The senses are enlightened. And that's what I felt. It was absolutely incredible. And I just say, face your fears. That's what it is. Because one of our favorite YouTubers, that's part of his merch line. He brought out hoodies and everything and said, face your fears. And I think it's really true to that too. Because it's easy to be really scared. It's easy to be doubtful about what you're doing. We're in a little sort of group, I suppose a much smaller group, aren't we? Where I suppose that's where the external of our family, like we said before, I mean, they'll just turn around and they'll go, okay, what you're doing is absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
But I can't explain this thing.
I don't know. I can't see a head either, Sam.
It's headless.
And
it's like it's a shadow of a.
And you know
head.
what? My daughter.
Like something that's forgotten who it was, but it knows that it's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's losing its identity.
Yeah, that's a
It
point.
looks like the feet, either the feet aren't touching the ground. This is the other thing when I tried to zoom in.
Can I?
But the right foot is bent, like whoever it is actually walking away from me, not towards me. So it's the other way. It might be the other way around.
I'm just going to point something out that my daughter mentioned the first time she saw this picture. She said they're hanging and their feet are just kind of hovering above the ground. So that gives you a different perspective if you look at it again, and maybe their head is kind of leaning forward.
It'd be quite a sensitive topic because there definitely was events that happened in that building.
Okay.
So
yeah,
and that's really sad. But I don't know why it'd be pictured there in the doorway. Like that's not where that would happen. But then again, close to the bathrooms, where the bathrooms have a very, very, very intense feeling in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So, obviously you guys are meant to see it and meant to capture it. So whatever story that spirit has wanted to, tell, they've told, and you've seen some of it. So it's pretty special.
Yeah.
That is very special. Absolutely. So what's the next one? No, I can't. I've lost you on the mic too, Sam. You might have muted yourself.
Fuck, how did I mute myself?
There you are.
There you go.
We hear you.
So it was thought it was date night, turns out we're on a ghost hit list. Is that what you meant?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
1 second before you go. No. Wait. Could be there. Wait. No, wait a second. Yeah. Just wait. We can do this. What is that dragging noise?
No, I'm not dragging. I'm sorry. Lead the way to the light.
Come on, stop. You're next to me. Come here. Please. Don't let me in here.
That's what you need to follow me.
It's taking all our courage right now. Who are you? Did you hear that voice?
Yeah, what the fuck was it?
All right. That was wild.
Yeah.
So
I want to go back.
that was because I heard that loud voice, but there was also another EVP prior to that. I heard a female go like, there's two. So there's another EVP in there as well.
That's what the tour guide said, that she heard a male's voice and a female's voice.
Yeah, so there was, before that really loud, like disembodied voice happened, there was a female that was quite close or whatever. It was quite close. It was like, yeah, like I could hear it. Like I've trained these ears to pick up anything. That's
Did
wild.
you
That's
did you
crazy.
hear the dragging that we heard?
So which one?
The dragging.
Okay, so just quickly breaking out. I'm going to replay that whole entire audio for you, but please head over to Date Night with the Ghost Gang so you can actually watch the video with this. There is multiple EVPs in this clip, and this will probably be the last one for this episode because I'm going to save the rest to keep going because we're almost on an hour, but I'll replay this. And yeah, there's multiple EVPs. It's crazy. And that disembodied voice that you heard is amazing. And this is from my baby Aradale. I cannot, like, it's so cool.
One second before you go.
Okay.
Wait. Copy that. Wait. I'm going to start talking.
Yeah.
Just wait. We can do this. What is that dragging noise?
No, I'm not in there, Anthony. I'm sorry. Lead the way if you like.
Come on, stop.
No, I can't.
You're next to me. Come here. Please. Don't let me in here.
That's what you need to follow me.
This is taking all our courage right now. Who are you? Did you hear that voice?
Yeah, what the fuck was it?
Oh my God. So I'm going to be a party pooper and like end it now because like there's so much more to come. So, thank you so much. Date Night with the Ghost Gang, aka Anthony and Monique. We have had so much fun already. We've only done like one episode and I've still got so much more content that they've given me. And there's going to be multiple episodes. Like this sort of stuff, and especially from places like Aradale where I love, like their evidence is insane. So please head over to Date Night with the Ghost Gang. They've got YouTube. They have freaking Instagram. They've got Facebook. They've got TikTok, everything. I'll put all the links in the description of this episode, but I thank them both so much. It was so much fun. And they put up with me and my really bad organizational and technical skills, but we got there. We had a great chat and I cannot wait. And they're from Sydney. So I think everything is telling me I need to go back to Sydney. Sydney's where it's at. So I need to start planning something, I think. But anyway, if you guys have got some cool stories you want to share with me or you want to appear on my podcast, please email me at aussieafterlife@outlook.com. Otherwise, hit me on my Instagram. It's probably where I'm most active. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. And if you can hear snoring, it's Kramer in the background, of course. But yeah, I hope you guys have a safe week. Bye.